Welcome to Blueprint Conversations. I'm Lawrence Carlos, Associate Editor of Blueprint Magazine, and I'm here with a special guest, the Sales Manager of Steinway Gallery Singapore, Andrew Goh, to discuss how we design for good sound. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Lawrence.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask you about the history of Steinway and what makes Steinway pianos so special.
Well, interestingly enough, this year would be the 165th year of Steinway & Sons. We were founded in 1853. And this entire time, we worked with only one philosophy. Our founder, Henry Steinway, set out to build the best piano possible. Traditionally, when pianos first started, they were built in homes. And there you'd see that pianos in the 1800s and the early 1900s, they were very intricate. They had all the carvings, all the ornate designs. Then moving forward, all the pianos you see today are majorly black. I think that has to do a lot with the pianos being on stage. They started to become seen as a classical instrument. And then in a very traditional, official classical setting, people want to focus on the sound. So you'd see your pianist dressed in black. You'd see all your symphony orchestra members dressed in black. And I think that's how it became so that now modern day concert grand pianos are usually in black.
And your newer models have different variations now, so you're offering a different set of products to your customers?
Yes, in fact, well, first and foremost, you could do a Steinway in any color you want. So we don't just offer them in black. If you give us the color scheme, we'll do it for you. But beyond that, we also offer them in a variety of special veneers.
Okay.
We have them in a crown jewel or special crown jewel veneer. And what we do is we source globally scarce woods that are very precious, very exquisite but hard to find, and then we apply them as a veneer onto the Steinways.
Right.
This series, we call them the Steinway Crown Jewels.
Okay. Can you briefly take us through the components that make the Steinway piano so special?
Yeah. Interestingly enough, every Steinway piano is comprised of over 12,000 different parts.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
up till today, we have already achieved over 130 patents. And I think what would be the most interesting to start off with is the key action behind you.
Okay.
So unlike any other instrument, a piano is actually very mechanical. And apart from sound, something else that affects the pianist the most would actually be the touch.
Right.
So what you see behind you is actually a patented Steinway key action design. And this allows a pianist to really translate the energy and the force they want from the key into the hammer itself.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And any other components or about the materials and the wood?
Yeah, we are very specific about the materials we use. Something you would see here, this would be a pin block. This holds the tuning pins in place. And one of the most important thing I want you to know is just hold on to it and see how heavy it feels.
Oh, wow, okay. It is quite weighty.
It's extremely weighty.
Yeah.
And this just holds maybe 3 out of 88 keys. So the entire rest plank would actually weigh a lot more. And this gives you a good idea of the materials we use. This is a Steinway patent. We call it the Hexa grip. And what's interesting is if you look at the grain lines, this runs horizontal.
Okay.
This goes vertical. And then you've got diagonal, diagonal, again, vertical and horizontal.
And what do these different directions give the wood and the sound of the Steinway piano?
Right. What we want is a pin block that can stand up to various climatic conditions.
Right, okay.
So by utilizing 3 different types of wood, at any one time in a different climatic condition, there's at least 2 types of wood that's holding up to that condition. So whether it's cold, hot, humid, or dry,
okay.
What you can be assured of is that your Steinway piano would hold its sound quite well. And in contrast to this heavy rest plank here, I'd like to talk about my favorite part of the instrument.
Okay, sure.
This is actually the soundboard, and it's known as the heart or the soul of the instrument.
I see.
So now if you hold on to this,
All right.
you find that it's really lightweight.
So light. Yes. Okay.
This is actually made from Sitka spruce.
Yes.
We source it from Alaska, and every soundboard is individually handcrafted to fit specifically into one Steinway piano. And something like that allows Steinways to create the beautiful sound that everyone is familiar with.
Fascinating. So can you describe the quality of sound that artists like so much about the Steinway piano in concert halls? Why did they choose Steinway?
One of the most important things we talk about is actually when you play for an orchestra, 80-man or 100-man orchestra, there aren't a lot of concert pianos that could actually cut through the orchestra.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In fact, there are maybe about 24 piano makers that make concert grand pianos, but Steinway would be the only, if not one of the few pianos in a concert grand that would be able to cut through an orchestra that's playing.
I see. For a non-pianist like myself,
Yes.
I had 3 lessons of the piano when I was 15.
Sure.
Don't judge. Can you tell us how Steinway is appealing to a wider market?
For the longest time, people always saw Steinways on stage in a concert hall, and that was how it is. It's a pianist-centric instrument. If you weren't a pianist, if you're not a top-tier pianist like Lang Lang or Yu Zhaobang,
You're right.
the piano doesn't have much relevance to you, much less Steinway. What Steinway and Sons has done in the recent years is that we tried to move from an player-centric instrument to an audience-centric instrument. And a couple of years back, we launched the Steinway Stereo. It's a high-resolution re-performance instrument, and that now allows everyone to enjoy the Steinway sound.
Okay, so how can they access the music on stereo and have it play on the piano?
Right. The stereo is actually controlled via an iPad. We connect the iPad to the piano via Bluetooth, and with a very user-friendly interface, it kind of acts just like a basic remote control. You could choose from a library of over 2,000 music, and the piano will play whatever you want to listen to.
Okay, so I can't wait to see the next concert with a Steinway piano. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that wraps up our conversation this time. Be sure to join us for the next episode of Blueprint Conversations.